Okay, hello and welcome to Verbling. I am teacher Oakley, and I've just noticed that when in my class description I didn't write the word conversation. I misspelled it. How embarrassing. Okay, it'll be a conversation class, not a conversation class. Okay, anyway, we are going to talk about pet peeves. The object of the class of our conversation will be to try to creatively think about as many vocabulary words that talk about annoying or dislike or really hate, and use them in a conversation, because we're talking about pet peeves. This is a chance for you all to vent about things that annoy you. Believe it or not, this is a very common question in the IELTS speaking exam and a couple of the other exams as well, to talk about dislikes. One thing that if anybody happens to be preparing for an English exam, you need to have a lot of verbs to talk about likes and dislikes. That's one thing we're going to be practicing today. Okay, as well as just expressing ourselves in English. Okay, let me welcome. Oh, let me change my paper. Let me welcome some students to the class. Hello, Heidi, again.
Hello, nice to see you again.
See you again. Okay, welcome. And Rafa has joined us. Hello, Rafa. Goodbye, Rafa. What happened? Okay. Video's sticky. Okay, come on back, Rafa. I haven't seen you in a long time. And Santiago is with us. Hello, Santiago.
Hello, Oakley. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Great. Okay, start off before we get into the nitty-gritty of what annoys us. Let's talk about what are some. Let's see how many verbs we can come up with. I'm going to write them in the Verbling chat box that convey the idea of dislike. All right, you dislike something, you hate something. What else? Heidi, can you give me one? Let's just go back and forth, see how many we can come up with.
There are many.
There are many.
It's backbiting, so I don't say anything about that.
No, we're just coming up with words. We're not.
Neighbors, just upstairs in my house, upstairs of my house, there is an old guy living. Before he was living in a care house for elderly with his wife, but his wife died. After that, he moved here because he wanted to watch the movies with a big sound. So he always turned on his stereo, very big stereo, the maximum voice sound. So it came to my house every day. But he said he had something in his brain. Maybe he's feeding some insect in his brain. So he always hear some noise. So he checked other houses. Do you have some machine to shape some metal for your job? He asked the other houses. Finally, he came down to my house. Do you have some machine to shape some steel? Why do I have such machine? How long time you hear that? 24 hours. I can't shape the steel 24 hours. But he checked around my house, so he understood I don't have any machine. But actually, he emits a lot of noise. But I can't complain about that because he's quite a noisy guy. He's a pet.
Okay. Machine to shave steel.
Yeah, maybe feeding some insect in his brain, I think.
Maybe
Once I said you should go to the
not.
doctor, but she got angry.
Yeah. Good suggestion. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's kind of wild. Okay. Well, that's a good story. There we go. Telling a story about a pet peeve, something that really annoys you that another person does is a pet peeve. Now, okay, was it before we get into more stories, I want to talk about just some vocabulary we can use to explain that I really dislike, I hate. What others words can we use? Give me as many as you can. All right. Some to talk about pet peeves or things you hate. Um, Rafa, what other verbs can you come up with before we get into the stories?
I
Rafa,
don't,
hello, by the way. Hi.
I, I don't know if you can hear me properly.
Yes, I can. Loud and clear.
Yeah. Because my computer doesn't work properly. About hate
Yeah,
or
what are synonyms?
synonyms. Hmm. I can't stand. I can't stand
Very
with.
good.
I'm upset of.
Upset by, but yes, that's a good one. By. He's upset by the fact he can't stay in class, I'm sure. Wow, that stinks. Okay, let's see if we can. Those are great ones. Can't stand something. Can't stand when somebody does something. I'm upset by. Those are great. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Santiago, can you give me any more synonyms?
Mm,
I dislike. I hate. I can't stand. I'm upset by.
I'm thinking. uh, I'm annoying. Oh,
Yeah, very good. You're annoyed, and I'll give you the whole collocation. Annoyed by something.
annoyed by.
Good one. Yeah, that's what,
Mm,
that's what we're talking about. You know any others?
Like headache. The person or the thing is like
Yeah.
headache.
Okay. Uh, okay. Maybe. But how do we express that? Gives me a headache, maybe. But closer to that, and right along with that, something that really annoys you is a pain in the neck, or a pain in another body part, maybe. It's a real pain in the neck. Okay. Senia. Hi, Senia.
Hello.
Hi. Long time no see. Good to see you again. So, can you think of any others words that mean dislike, hate, something upsets you, you're upset by, can't stand? Can you think of any others?
Enraged, maybe.
Oh, enraged. I'm enraged. Again, another one that often enraged by or angered by. Sure, that's a good one. All right.
Irritated.
Irritated. Very good. Well, I'm sensing a theme here. Irritated by. We commonly use by with all these words, with many of these words. That's great. Great. I'll give you a couple others. Bothered. Something bothers you. You know what bothers me? Blah, blah, blah. I am okay. And again, bothered by. Maybe irked by. Um, Phrasal verb. I'm put out by something. Something really puts you out. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a lot of ammunition for hating something. More formally, abhor. strong formal word for hate. Okay, now we got plenty of verbs to use now, so I would like to hear you using a range. We're going to talk about our pet peeves. I'll give you some sort of areas that you can think about where things annoy you, and then I'll let you go. You can tell me about what really annoys you. Santiago, I'll bring it to you. Santiago, what do you find really annoying when you're driving in traffic?
When I'm driving, for example, when someone don't respect the traffic lights, or when let's say, when people cross the streets without looking at the cars or things like that.
Yeah.
And they don't use the zebra pass.
Yeah. They don't use the what? I'm sorry. Again.
I don't know how you say in English the zebra cross, or how you say in English.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, the British say, yeah, the zebra. What do they say? I can't remember. Zebra stripes.
I know it's different between British and American. So
yeah, I forget about the one British uses. Zebra walk, zebra stripes. I can't remember.
How you say American? How you call
American? It's a crosswalk. You got people that don't use
crosswalk. Okay.
Crosswalk.
I think it's easier. Okay, crosswalk.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It annoys me when people do things that are inherently and insanely dangerous to themselves, but they're so stupid they don't realize.
Yeah, it's danger for them and for us, of course.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
we can have an accident.
Right. Very annoying.
Yeah.
Right. I come from a place where it's cold and wintry 8 months out of the year, and the roads would be very icy. And idiots tourists not from the area would drive down the middle of the road, which doesn't give you enough room. You know, they're coming towards you in the middle because they think it's safer. Seriously? That means I have to swerve, and in the snow and ice, my car's going to go like this, which means I'm going to hit you.
I see.
Common sense. You're making it more dangerous, much more dangerous. Yes, I know what you mean. See, look, you're getting me going.
Yeah.
You're getting me going, Santiago. You're reminding me of things that annoy me. All right.
Yeah.
Well, now you've done it. Good job. Okay. Let's move on. Let me quickly welcome Ibek to the class. Long time no see. Hello, Ibek.
Hello.
Hello. Good to
How
see
are
you.
you?
I'm okay. Thank you. Okay. That's a good one. Rafa, pet peeves. Things that annoy you. Do you have any off the top of your head? Should I give you a topic?
Yeah, I hate a lot nowadays people that are all day looking at their mobile phone. You are talking with them face to face, trying to catch their attention, and they are looking at their mobile phones for everything. A message, a WhatsApp, a little thing, or perhaps many times only for see selfies of themselves. And I have the feeling that I am talking not with another boy, another girl, another dude. It's a kind of alien, comes from Venus, and only a narcissistic guy listening to himself on his mobile phone. This is so incredible right now, but there are a lot of people that are using their mobile phone for everything at every time, in anywhere, in any conversation. It is a big peeve for me.
Okay, Rafa, I understand you. I'm going to make myself angry listening to you guys today. I understand you. I have a question for you. How did this happen to humanity? How did this happen to us? Because I'm old enough to remember before mobile phones. Now I see people wandering around their mobile phone taking pictures of themselves. Seriously, I don't remember in the old days. I don't remember people walking around with a mirror. Let's look at myself all day long in different backgrounds. I don't remember that, do you? What happened to people? Really? When did they become all so crazy narcissistic? Did you take selfies, Rafa? Admit it.
I have this experience because 3 weeks ago I needed take some photos of myself for a new profile in another web page, and I took more than 15 selfies. In all of them, I was horrible, and I understood. I tried to understand what happened with the selfies, because you need to be well look in every place, and you try to look to catch the best image that you can, and people are trying to get the best image of themselves in everywhere, in every world, at every time. It's a kind of I can be better, I can look better than I am. It's an incredible race to the best image that you can give of yourself. It's an idea.
Or that is an idea. It's a slightly frightening idea, but that is an idea. That's interesting. I like that. Okay, Sina, you're up next, and I have to comment on your comment in the chat box. I like that. It's evolution, or is it devolution? Are human beings evolving, or are we de-evolving?
I think depends on view angle. For someone it's evolution, for someone it's devolution. It depends.
Okay. Santiago's apologizing for his selfie. Stop it. We're just having fun. Sina, okay. What's your biggest pet peeve? What's something that really annoys you that other people do?
I don't know. I'm an irritated person by many things, so it's very difficult to say the main problem that irritated me. But I think, I don't know, we have a public transport, it's like minivan, and we have a lot of these minivans in our streets, and also drivers of these minivans are teenager, not teenager, it's a young man about 20 years, and they are not polite, educated person. So it's very difficult to, when you cross the street, they can yell on you, and you cross on a crosswalk, but they yelling on you that you stop them. So it's awful for me. I don't know, because the other day I have a difficult case when I crossed the street on crosswalk with my bike on my hand, and such guy started yelling on me, and yes, it was awful.
Well, tell me the truth. Did you yell back at him?
Of course.
Of course, okay. Well, different people would handle it differently. Some people would be very hurt. Some people would totally ignore them. Some people would yell back. Okay. And he was yelling at you, not yelling on you. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Rude Cab drivers, that can be a problem. I think a lot of us have that same problem. One other thing, Sinya, you said I'm an irritated person. Well, that's possible, but that if you say I am irritated, that means you're irritated right now. That's what you're feeling. You know, you're using present tense. But if you're saying you get irritated easily, well, that's one way to say it right there. I get irritated easily by other people. Or got to be careful with this one, the adjective irritable. I'm an irritable person means you're easy to make angry. Irritable is the adjective. Okay. You got to be careful with this. I have to explain a little bit. This adjective, irritable, it can mean that you're easy to make irritated, but we also use it a lot to talk about somebody because of a specific reason, like they're sick. Oh, don't bother Mike today. You don't even want to talk to him. He's so irritable. He's had a bad cold for 3 days. Because there's another reason, a specific reason that's making them kind of upset. So anyway, all right. So much for that adjective. Okay. Yeah. Cab drivers annoy a lot of people in a lot of countries. I do believe. Here, where I live, they're tricycle drivers. And they drive a tricycle with a little cab, and you get in the cab, and it's ridiculous because they'll, wherever you go, do you trike? Do you need a trike? Do you need a trike? Do you need a trike? They'll ask you 40 times. It's like, hello, if I need public transportation, I think I know how to ask. It's really annoying, and they don't shut up. At this point, though, I don't even hear it. Like, I ignore it. It goes in one ear and out the other. I don't even hear it. Okay. Ibeck.
Yes.
Yeah, what is something that really irritates you about other people? Is there anything that really drives you nuts? Oh, drives you nuts. There's another one we didn't discuss when we were coming up with verbs. When we say something drives me nuts, it means it makes you angry and irritable. Ibeck, what drives you nuts?
Probably I think right now about people who think that they're cleverer, and they think that they're very smart people, and or think that everyone around him are stupid, and I think these people drives me nuts, and because the relationship with other people very irritate me. They always try to say to talk like a person who are higher, who are more clever.
Okay. Ibeck, did you get cut
Yes.
off, or are you done?
Yes.
Okay,
Done.
sorry. Okay. People drive me nuts, not people drives me nuts. A little subject-verb agreement there. All right, conjugating the verb.
Okay.
All right. People drive me nuts. These kind of people drive me nuts. Yeah, understandable. Another small thing, an English point, you said they very irritate you. Although very is an adverb, we can't use very with a verb. Not directly, anyway. I can't say I very run fast. It won't work. I can say very is a strange one. Instead, use really. They really irritate me. You can use really as a kind of every day. Oops, sorry?
I understood. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Yes. Very common mistake, but yeah, try not to use very as with a verb directly in front of a verb. Okay. Well, that's totally understandable. It goes kind of right along with what Rafa was saying about selfie takers and people so self-absorbed. Okay, and side by side there. Okay, Heidi, back to you.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me about something that really annoys you in the workplace.
Before I was running my shop, I was selling some textiles, clothes, materials for sewing. Then I taught some how to sew to the customers, how to sew or how to make the pattern or like that. Once a woman came to my shop. At first, she was my customer. She bought some clothes, and next day she came to my shop. How to sew this part? Oh, you should sew like this. Next day she came to my shop. How to sew this place? I taught her. Gradually, his staying time is getting longer and longer. Every day she came to my shop. She spoke about her neighbors or relatives or her children or the husband, like that. Every day came to my shop, so I already heard the story.
Oh, yeah.
Almost the same thing. Then sometimes I said, "Did you already prepare the dinner?" "Ah, it's okay," she said. And next day, how about your child? She already came back from the school. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh my
She
goodness.
stayed in a shop. Finally, I closed the shop. Until closing my shop, she came to my shop every day.
Oh my goodness. Talk about it. Okay. Now, okay, all right. Irritate, irritable. Now this is an irritating woman. Okay, there's the
Yes.
very irritating. Someone who just won't go away. Yeah, okay, that is a great story about an irritating person. Wow, what a pest. Somebody who just won't go away. It's just bothering you, bothering you, bothering you, bothering you, bothering you. I mean, normally we would think of a small child, for example, who keeps wants a juice box or something. Give me a juice, come on, I want a juice. But okay, this is a grown woman being a pest, making a, or another way to say, making a pest of herself.
She's not polite person, so sometimes customers misunderstood. She would be my staff, but actually I never employed her.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe that you didn't just tell her that she has to leave. Terribly sorry.
I don't want to fight with someone. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Fighting might be a welcome change to hearing your stories. Really? No. Okay. Wow. Well, that's a really, really annoying work story. Okay. Santiago, what is something that annoys you in the workplace?
For example, when I go out with some friends and we are in a club dancing and drinking, and someone is getting drunk and is he's bothering us all the time. You know, some people is sometimes very when they get drunk, they are really heavy. Could be really. I mean, no heavy. You know,
Uh,
some
here's a
synonym for this.
Here's a great word. Here's a great adjective for you. They're overbearing. They impose themselves on you. You don't really want to talk to them, but they want to talk to you and share their life story and yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
is that
because
what you mean? That's the idea?
yeah, yes, more or less. It's when someone is drunk, they are talking all the time, or they want to be the spotlight, the spotlight
Right.
of the party. He's dancing between us, or among us, or it's bothering
Mm-hmm.
us all the time. Well, I don't like this kind of people because you can get drunk, but don't bother anyone. I think just
Yeah.
make your party yourself without
Okay.
bothering other people.
Right. Okay. The life of the party, being the life of the party.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Or thinks they're the life of the party. All right. Yes. Somebody who's overbearing imposes themselves on you. So I think that's an appropriate adjective there. Okay. But of course, I had asked about work. What do you find? What is annoying for you in the workplace? Is that where you work, in a bar?
Sometimes.
Interesting work.
Oh yeah, really? Okay, that's fine. Okay, what kind of work do you do? Is that part of your work?
Time ago, not now, but time ago, I work in a club. Time ago,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
Okay. Time ago, a long time ago, or
yeah, a
a
long
while
time
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Oh, so you had to deal with drunken idiots all the time.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
really annoying.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. Now I understand. Sure. If you have to deal with that day in and day out.
But in general, when you have to talk with people all the time, you work in a shop or in a supermarket or in a club, you have to deal with people every day. It's really hard sometimes because many people are not very polite. So sometimes it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you. Okay. Very good. Rafa, what is something you find really annoying in the workplace when you're working?
Mm, uh, as Ibex said before, I agree with him. There are people at the job place that are so egocentric and they tend to be positive every time. They think about themselves that they are the best person and they have the best ideas of the world, and try to impose overbearing you. People who is bit headed, or people that have bad temper, or people who is mm, very argumentative all time, trying to make an arguing with you. And these people is annoying, I think, for everyone, and it's difficult to deal with them and to
Mm,
feel that you are in the same boat, trying to get the same objectives, because they are all the time having the attention, having the reason.
mhm.
Very argumentative person. I dislike this kind of people at the job.
Okay. All
Also,
right.
people who is, if I may, people with every time is gossiping about different things in little groups, gossiping about what are you wearing on, that girl is wearing this mini skirt, and how bitchy, what bitchy she is, and things like that. But also
Mm,
this part is sometimes a little funny, but that's all.
yeah. Okay. Okay, coworkers. All right. Okay, impose. They're imposing themselves, and a person is overbearing. She's an overbearing person. It's an adjective. So it's not a verb. So you wouldn't say she's there. He is overbearing you. You just say he is overbearing. It's an adjective. That can't be used as a verb. I don't know if I made that clear. And just a common collocation, you're trying to reach the same goals. We don't, it's okay. I mean, you said get the same goals, but just a better English collocation, you try to reach the same goals in the workplace. Yeah, so I understand. All right. Okay. All right. Senia, you're welcome. Senia, do you know anyone who has a habit that really annoys you? And here we're really talking about pet peeves. You know, annoying people or vain people, yeah, they're annoying, but that's not really a pet peeve. Pet peeves are like specific things people do. Do you know anybody who has an annoying habit that you don't like?
I think the most annoying habits it's a habit on the world like the because in verbling I hear a lot of such person who talk with this voice. And
Okay.
it's very annoying. It's very difficult to listen. It's oh my god.
They use a lot of filler. That's called filler, by the way. That
Filler, yes.
yeah, right. Um, see, I just did it. Sometimes I do it. It's very natural to do it once in a while, but when it becomes real super repetitive, it can be annoying. I mean, I understand that. Interestingly, one of the best ways to get rid of doing that is to actually have somebody annoy you back.
Yes.
Just obviously, I'm not addressing you because you don't really do that, but for others out there who recognize yourself, you might want to have somebody who like rings a bell every time you say and you realize, oh my gosh, they're ringing the bell 40 times a minute. This cannot be good. Anything you do 40 times a minute is probably going to annoy other people.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a real wake-up call. Actually, I've done this before to students who have this problem, you know, and they can't believe it. Oh, I did it again? Really? They don't realize they're doing it. That's the problem. But I
Yes,
understand.
I wanted to do, but I think it's very impolite to say people about that. But I think it's very helpful. But on the other side, it's impolite, so it's very difficult. I want to help such such person, but
Yeah, I know. I believe me. I know what you mean from a teacher's perspective. I I know exactly what you mean. You have to make sure the person can understand and take the criticism before you just say, you know, stop doing that. And anyway, it doesn't work. Honestly, Senia, it doesn't work to say you need to stop doing that. It's very irritating because people. It's a habit. You're absolutely correct. It's a habit, very much so, and it's hard to break. You kind of have to be shocked out of it. And that's a good one, man. That's interesting. Okay, Ibec, does anybody you know have a habit that you find really annoying?
Actually, yes, but I also have the Ksenia said a habit like uh, I don't know how to work with it, and it's very hard because I started to use it since my childhood, and
Mm-hmm.
right now, probably I use it less than in my school time.
Yeah, it's okay to do it once in a while. I don't even notice it with you, so I wouldn't
Yes,
worry about it too
uh,
much.
but but of course I have friends at my work. They always have strange words which they always use, and sometimes it annoy me, and sometimes I want to say him that you shouldn't use that words, but I'm a patient person, and I don't say him this, and I think it would be very rude. But
What kind of, I'm sorry, what kind of words do they use?
For example, when they start to explain some of situations, they always use like Russian words. Say, uh, for example, how to say or something, something
Uh,
that words that I couldn't translate in English.
ah,
It's not just sounds like it's words that they always use, and it's their habit. Do you understand what I mean?
I'm not sure. Are we talking about slang words? Or are you talking
Yes,
about
yes,
dirty
like
words?
slang words, which he always use, which he started to use since his uh, student time, and in our job we are right now older guys, and using that slang
Uh,
words, it's not polite and it's not right.
well, yeah, okay.
Even
Uh,
in official conversations, they use that words, that slangs.
yeah, it's kind of embarrassing when older people use like young people slang. You know, it's it's silly, actually, kind of goofy. Uh, yeah. All right, I see what you're saying. Right, that's annoying. I have to tell you, my wife has a really annoying habit. It drives me bananas. Drives me up a wall. Uh, she's very, very kind about making me food. Oh, can I make you a sandwich? I'm gonna fry up some chicken for you. Whatever, whatever. And that's very great. She's making me fat. But on the other hand, when she makes food, she makes the food and then she just goes on to something else and she leaves like food out on the counter. I don't understand it. It's like, why? Why do you do that? She makes me a sandwich and gets some ham, and she leaves the ham on the counter. She leaves the bread on the counter, the mustard or whatever, the lettuce. And I live in the Philippines where it's 8,000 degrees every day. You leave food on the counter for an hour, you might as well throw it away. It's pointless. Anyway, drives me bonkers. Okay, Heidi, do you know any people that
Yeah.
have one really annoying little thing they do that gets
Yes.
on your nerves?
But always a teacher, you are handsome. You're the best teacher in this school. To every teacher, it's no meaning.
Okay, all right, and that person shall remain nameless. Yeah, okay.
In
I,
Japan, we hate that like apple polishing like that. It's like likely
apple
bravery,
polishing.
like bravery. We hate that. If
Yeah,
if appreciate the teacher, we should say that behind the teacher.
yeah, okay. Behind the teacher's back, or yeah, okay.
Yeah, good things.
Apple
Yeah,
polishing.
yeah.
We actually have that expression in English. Yeah, apple polishing. Um, we have another expression which I'll leave to your imagination. Speaking of people at work and annoying habits, somebody who is a brown noser. Okay, they have their head somewhere their head is not supposed to be. The idea that they're always telling the boss or somebody in authority, "Oh, you're great. You do a wonderful job." Blah blah blah. Yeah, the same apple polishing, same thing. Yeah, that is annoying. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. That is an annoying one. Okay. Santiago, do you know anybody who has a specific, very specific action or trait that they do that gets on your nerves?
Mm, For example, I can tell you one pet peeve that I have in my case because I don't know. mm, Some people try to, how you say, to, let me think. They try not to do their pet peeves in public. They try to dissimule. How you say dissimule?
I'm sorry, I'm lost. They try to do something in public?
They try. Many people who has pet peeves try not to do that pet peeves in public. For example, one of my main pet peeves in my case is that I always check the doors when I look the door. I always check them twice.
Okay.
Maybe it sounds a bit strange, but it's or maybe more people do that. But in my case, it's more for to be safe. I don't know why, but I always do that. I always check the
Okay.
doors twice.
Okay. Well, I don't particularly find that annoying.
No, I think so.
Yeah, I don't care. I had a boss that if you know when you have keys, 3 or 4 keys on a chain, and you jingle it, it makes a sound. That I
Ah,
don't know why that drove him. That made him crazy. He hated it, and
but,
he couldn't stand whistling. If anybody ever whistled, he would tell them,
but,
shut up right now." He would like you going crazy. All right,
but,
sorry.
but in this case, your boss is making noise, so it could be irritated for other people. But in my case, it's just a bit
Yeah,
strange, maybe, and I don't bother anyone with my
no,
pet peeve. I think it's just something that I do to be safer.
uh-huh. Yeah, I don't
Because
see that as a.
maybe I can go out home and forget to lock the door well. So I always do that twice. I don't know why. Maybe I'm
Okay.
a bit strange, dude.
I I don't think
I
that's
don't
such a
know.
bad one, really. I don't. Okay. Uh, Rafa, do you know anyone who has a particular habit or idiosyncrasy? Oh, there's a good word. Something
Syncrasy.
idiosyncrasy, something like Santiago checks the door twice every time. I don't know, idiosyncrasies, little things people do. I talk with my hands. That's an idiosyncrasy. Um,
Yeah, there are people here, at least in my country, that they are usually very rich and they are very conservative people that they always vote the right hand of the party, and they looks like popular people, like very famous people, and they are talking with a voice imposed. Oh, hello, how are you? They talk like a politician, very
ah,
with a high tone of voice, and they always almost always girls teasing her hair, moving her hair like they were full of themselves, looking the beautiful girl of the world, moving his hair, talking at the same time. And they looks like they are seeing on themselves in a mirror always, and they the tone of the voice is so crazy. We call them pijos. The pijos are people who are right conservative and with this kind of habit, and it gets me nervous all the time.
Nervous? Okay, sounds very strange, but on the other hand, I think I understand what you mean. Okay, we've been complaining about other people. Okay, this is going to be the hard question. Rafa, is there anything about you, a habit or idiosyncrasy, that you think may irritate other people?
From myself to others?
Yeah, is there anything that you do that you think may irritate other people?
Perhaps everything that I do
Perhaps
irritates.
everything. Yeah.
If you ask my wife told to you, yes,
Oh,
everything
yeah,
that.
well, if we really want to know, we'll just ask the spouse of everyone here, and we will, I'm sure, we could fill another 3 classes of information about what's wrong with us.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
sure you're right. Yeah, okay, absolutely. Okay. I don't know. For example, I eat all the time. I don't know. I have low blood sugar. I don't know what my problem is, but even when I was a worker, I'm always stealing snacks while I'm working. I don't know.
When I am driving, sometimes I am a crazy driver that don't respect some signals. Perhaps this habit is a bad habit and irritate different people for sure.
Okay.
But I do only a few times every week.
Okay. Well, fair enough. That's a good one. Sina, how about you? Do you have any irritating habits that may
I don't
annoy
think
other
so.
people? You don't think so?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. It's really hard to think about our own, honestly.
I
We
think
don't
I'm
really
perfect. I don't know.
perfect. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Can you do me a favor and fix the world?
I try every day, but it's
Do
very
you?
difficult by my own to fix the world
Okay. On my own. All right. It's very
on my
difficult
own.
on my own. Okay. All right. We say
Yes, I'm
by
joking.
myself, or on my own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I know you're joking, but okay. All right. Ibec, how about you? Do you think there's anything? Well, you already said you think you use the fillers too much, but I don't think so. I disagree, actually. Ibec, is there anything else that you do that may be irritating to other people? Oh,
Actually, this word, yeah, I could use and irritate people. But also, for example, sometimes I could be very boring when I had bad math. Probably it irritates my friends, but
yeah,
they didn't tell me about this. But I think it could irritate them.
yeah. I just thought of one thing I do that's very irritating. I used to be a chef, so whenever I cook, I won't let my wife tries to help. I'm like, go away, no, get out of the way. And then as soon as the food is cooked, I insist we eat it when it's perfect, the perfect time. It's ready now. You must eat now. And I get very bossy, and I become a complete jerk. No, you've got to eat now. Otherwise, the food will not be perfect. I'm a complete ass when it comes to that. I don't know what's wrong with me, but Heidi, do you think you have any irritating habits or idiosyncrasies?
I'm backseat driver. When
Ah,
I'm in second class.
oh, that's a good one.
Do you know the bicycle is approaching? Do you know?
Okay, right. Okay, that's a good one. All right. Backseat driver. Yeah. Okay. Santiago, how about you? Do you think you have any annoying idiosyncrasies or habits that may irritate other people?
Mm, well, sometimes I have black humor. It's
Oh, that's
when
good.
you are, yes, sometimes I'm very sarcastic about mm, with
Uh,
some problems of other people, or maybe I don't know, maybe
yeah.
my humor is a bit different from others, but sometimes how I say that my humor is a bit black. I think black humor.
Yeah. Well, then you and I have that same problem.
Some people feel really annoying with me sometimes, but I try to be polite always. But you know, it could be a
Yeah.
pet peeve too.
Yeah. I think I have the same problem sometimes.
Or maybe it's
People don't.
a smart humor, right?
Yeah.
some
Well.
some
Yeah.
people don't understand our high humor level.
Yeah. That's it. Our high humor level. Okay. Or maybe our deep, deep, dark cynicism, perhaps, would be another way to say it. Yeah. Okay. I have definitely experienced that before. People don't get my sense of humor. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I think we've managed to talk about a lot of different things, and a lot of vocabulary came up today. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about talking about things you hate. Uh, in any case, it's been real fun for me. But oh, I'm stuck. What happened? I got stuck there for a second. Anyway, our time is up. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye for
Okay.
now.